Ladies and gentlemen, Russia has invaded the Ukraine.
Що ти кричиш? Це гриб.
Ladies and gentlemen, I show you this footage not purely for the sake of violence porn, but because humanity is a species with amnesia. You know, war has been a part of humanity for as long as humanity has been a thing. But with every new generation, we forget the horror, the suffering of what war entails. But now with the age of the internet, we are now able to see the cost of war, the suffering war brings, the unnecessary violence, and everything that's truly terrible about war. And so we should truly keep in mind the consequences of what war is, folks. You know, what war is not. It's not Call of Duty. It's your friends and family dying horrible deaths. It's humanity expressing its worst elements. War should be avoided at all costs, folks, and we should know what war is. That's why I showed those videos, because we should not have any illusions of what war is. We as a people, as a civilization, as a country, as a species, should not so easily go into war. We should not forget what war is, the consequences of war. So that's why I showed that video. Now look, folks, this is a cryptocurrency channel, so I want to tie things back into how this is affecting the market. But before I do, I just want to say my heart goes out to all our Ukrainian brothers and sisters. Many people are going to die. Who knows how long this conflict lasts? It's probably not going to last. It's probably not going to be over quick, folks. You know, Russia has a superior military in every single way to the Ukrainian military. They have more numbers, more well-trained, the more well-armed, the more well-supplied. They are superior in every single way to the Ukrainian army. My heart and respect goes out to those Ukrainian soldiers who are putting up a brave fight against these invaders. This war was completely unnecessary. It was a war of aggression, a war of choice. I get that I don't claim to be an expert in that region's politics, so I'm not going to delve into that. But heart goes out to you guys. Wish you all the best. Now, with war, folks, comes destabilization. All right, global supply chains get affected in negative ways. Trade gets cut down. Global markets get spooked. People take a risk-off approach. People sell off their assets. The price of energy goes up. Stocks, the value of of stocks typically fall. As we can see, the S&P 500 has had a pretty substantial flash crash, although we're recovering a decent bit today. Same thing with Bitcoin, pretty substantial flash crash. We're recovering a bit today. Same thing with other cryptocurrencies such as HEX. HEX has entered our buy zone here at around 12 cents. Let's hope 12 cents holds as support for HEX, because if not, this situation is looking pretty bearish for cryptocurrencies such as HEX. Another cryptocurrency that's very popular, that's doing very terrible, is Cardano ADA. Cardano ADA has put in lower lows below historically extremely relevant buy zone at around this $1 region. We can see that ever since February 2021 that this region has held the line and held as support for quite a long time, and we've now put in lower lows. And the last bit of hope, in my opinion, for Cardano is this downward moving channel. Should we remove this green, so should we lose this green support line, spend time below it, daily candles below it, then we could probably see much further crashing. And look, folks, price of oil is skyrocketing. Same thing with gold as well. So, look, war is never good for for anything. One of the least important reasons, in my opinion, is it's not good for investments. Although it is good for Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, defense industry stocks such as that. It's horrible to say, but in times of war, defense industry stocks perform well. Now, in terms of what we need to understand with the market, folks, look, this Russian attack, should it continue to escalate, which I think it will, could cause continued global instability and a continued risk-off approach. So while we are seeing a good recovery now, and that's absolutely great news, we may continue to see a relief rally. Don't get things wrong, folks. Bitcoin is still in an overall downtrend. And I personally think the key here to maintaining any kind of short-term hopium for the crypto markets is not putting in a lower low by daily closing basis. Let's say we get a daily candle closing, opening closing below $35,000. Well, in that case, folks, we're probably testing the low 30s. And in that case, it makes sense to think about a true incoming bear market. HEX as well, cryptocurrency I like very much. I own a bunch of it, is performing like absolute dog shit. If we look at our 3-day HEX chart, we can see there's an extremely relevant historical support line that HEX seems to be breaking down from, as well as this one here. So we're seeing many signs of weakness on multiple levels. Although if we perhaps take a moment to zoom in on the short term and take off this log scale, we can perhaps see more clearly there's a clear as day buy zone here at just about 12 cents. Historically speaking, buyers continually stepped in at around 12 cents. The market has confirmed to us not once but twice, that this region that was previously established as a buy zone is still relevant. So if HEX wants to hang on to any short-term hopium, we have got to hold the line at 12 cents. If we don't hold 12 cents, folks, 6 cents and even lower become realistic. Although I still very much believe in the long-term future of HEX, and I think it's just a matter of time. While it may take months, if not years, I think it's just a matter of time before we see all-time highs and price discovery once again. So should we get a 6 cent HEX, especially before the Pulse Chain fork? You best believe I am aping in. Now, just to finish up on Nano, this does look like dog shit. If we lose this green trend line, then you best believe the next major support level is 40 to 30 cents. So best of luck to you ADA holders, folks. It's not looking good. Now, folks, in terms of whether or not we're in an overall bear market or not, I'm going to give it to you straight. Look, if Bitcoin puts in a lower low by daily closing basis below $35,000, then we're looking to test $30,000. If we lose $30,000, put in a lower low below 29,000 here, then in that case, the possibility of us entering a true bear market where we go down and sideways for a year or two greatly increases. And until Bitcoin can spend time above $41,000, then Bitcoin is still heavily bearish. And folks, look, even though I like cryptocurrencies such as HEX, one of the reasons for it being largely decorrelated from the rest of the market, because its liquidity is mostly in stable coins, it is still negatively impacted by an overall bear market. Because if Bitcoin and Ethereum enter an overall bear market, that means there's less people getting into crypto, less people actively searching for new opportunities, such as HEX and even NFTs. If Bitcoin and Ethereum are entering a bear market and it's crashing, well, there's less possible people that could get into NFTs. Therefore, NFTs, even though they've been largely decorrelated from Bitcoin and Ethereum, could still be negatively impacted from a bear market. So, folks, look, in terms of whether or not we're going to go down or not, I would suggest follow the news. If we see more escalation in Russia, if we see numbers come out, if we see any kind of escalation, if China starts to get testy with Taiwan, you best believe that markets can get spooked further. So, follow the news in terms of major catalysts for potential market deleveraging events. And while I said this in the beginning, I want to say this again. Shout out to the Ukrainian people. My heart goes out to you. I wish you the best. Many people are going to die. Many people didn't have to die. So it's incredibly sad. Hope you guys survive. And I hope this war is quick and short for your sake. And shout out to the Ukrainian Defense Force. You guys are brave as fuck. All right. Until next time. Take care, folks.